Welcome to Inside the Gamma Way, the greater Austin metropolitan area. My name is Douglas Goff. I've been an active agent in the Austin area since 2012. Today, we are going to be looking at Westlake Hills, 78746. Fabulous part of town. Yes, it's pricey. So let's just start off with some numbers just so we can see where we're getting at right now inside Austin. In and around Austin, the median sales price is $439,000. You're at about $259 a square foot. No, we're not going to find that in Westlake Hills. But just to give you some idea of what's actually happening here, it is still a buyer's market. From a rental perspective, you're at about $1.55 a square foot throughout the greater Austin metropolitan area, where we can see it right over here. If we come on in here, we're going to be looking at our residential marketplaces. This is what's been happening in and around the city right now. You can see that in June, there is about 3,100, a little over 3,100 properties. So we're starting to pick up again. At almost 3% year over year. The volume is up about 4%. The median sales price is still going down in and around Austin, but the average sales price is starting to creep up, but we're still at that $255 a square foot when we're looking over there. But now let's take a look inside 78746. We are going to just look over here and let's see how we bump. There you go. Woohoo! All right, we are at the median sales price in and around this neighborhood. It is charming. It is ideal. You're close to downtown. You're nestled away in a beautiful neighborhood with a lot of older trees. You know, some trees are 100, 150 years old. Just fabulous area. The average sales price is about $2 million. That is up. Both the median and the average sales prices are up. That's right. Out there, if you're blessed to be part of that 1 to 5% in the country, life is good. A lot of these people are coming in and buying houses and they're just paying cash. They're not even using financing. You can see that the volume has almost doubled from this time last year. Look at that, 98.5%. And you're still down per square foot, right? So we had that huge crash, and now it's been slowly creeping back up. And again, the number of sales, only 36 sales, but that's up 70% year over year. In and around that area, you're at about 3,650 square feet and about $550 per square foot when we're coming on in here. And again, if we go and if you're not wanting to buy and you're just looking to lease in that area right now to live in this neighborhood and you're renting, you can see that the median lease is actually down year over year about 17%, but the average lease is going up at about 68, 67. So about $7,000 a month. 33, again, price per square foot is at about 238. And just out of curiosity, what is that? 238 divided by 1.55. So it's about a 50% premium to actually be leasing in this area. So let's see what we have. There you go. In and around the Westlake area, we have 174 properties that are available to purchase. So let's go in and where were we? 1.8 million, 549 a square foot, somewhere around 3650 for your size of the home. So let's come back and see if we can identify some really good values in here. So from a square footage point of view, let's say that we're at 3,000 to 4,000 square feet is what we're looking for. So that just knocked out a whole bunch of properties. And the price point, we'll get to that in a minute. We definitely want to have at least 3 full bathrooms. Okay, we're still at 39. Obviously, we want to have a 2-car garage or more. Look at that. We just lost 2 properties. Here, let me blow this up for you guys. So what you're looking here is if we come back, we're going to get rid of the 3-bedroom. We're going to get rid of the 2-car garage. And we're going to get rid of the square footage. Okay, you see down here? 173 are available. So something must have, yeah, I guess something just went under contract. Because these are active only, not active under contract, not pending, not closed. So we were at 173, so 174, and now we're at 173. Let's see how many properties are under $1 million. There's 4 properties in this neighborhood under $1 million. Let's take a look. Getting in around Barton Creek. Okay, 3-bed, 3-bath. Let's take a look at this. 2,000 square feet. We won't look at a lot of the details. We'll just look at the house. Vaulted ceilings. Beautiful neighborhood. This is definitely one to where it is much more location oriented than property oriented. It's a nice property. But let's see what's our price per square foot. It's on a half acre, right? See right there? It's on a half acre. It was built in 79. 2,100. Where's my price per square foot? It's been on the market for about 90 days. They originally were asking $1 million. This is $850,000. So you're at about $414 a square foot. Again, if we're coming back to that $549 a square foot, what did they say? 414 divided by 549. So you're getting, okay. So inside there, it's about 25% below fair market pricing. Let's come back here to our map. Let's see about some of these other ones. Under $1 million, this is at 925. 1,800, it's only 2 beds, 3 baths. So, but let's take a look. What's this one? On Fawn Creek. And let's come back to our results and just take a look at some of these. So on Trevino, where are we at? This is over on the west side. Where are we at? Half acre, third of an acre. This is a small Fawn Creek. These are all at about 2,000 square feet. This one we have, okay, so that's $1 million condo. This is new on the market today. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Where are we at? Where's my price? 356 per square foot. But this is, number 63, Waymaker number 63. So it is a single family dwelling built in 99, 2,800 square feet. That's not bad. This just came on the market. No, it is a condo. Look at that. Where are we at? Yep, Davenport Rim condominiums. $365 monthly that you would add for your HOA. Let's see what's the history on this. That's $1 million is what they're asking. However, back in 19, they bought it for $635,000. And it was renting out prior to that for about $4,000 a few years ago, kind of flat. So you'd probably be able to get about $5,000 if you were leasing it out. And again, is back in 18, 663. So we can see what the history is on that. But most of the folks living in and around, how many bedrooms? 2 levels, upstairs, downstairs, 4 bedrooms. I like to go backwards on this. Okay, so that you got stairs to walk up. You could get in from a garage, but I like the rounded buildings. Okay, see you right off the little road, easy access coming in. Curious about the roof, gives you an idea about, so you're about 6.5, 7 miles away from downtown. Cute, not much of a yard. You got a deck to walk around. For Westlake Hills, possible, but that's a condo. Let's take a look at some of the. Let's take a look at Fawn Creek. Fawn Creek is 2050 square feet. You're at about 487 a square foot. So these are all below what is the median and the average. This was in 98. Okay, creek in the backyard, little playground area, tennis courts in and around the community. Again, you can see where you're at, just surrounded by trees. That's your lot. Up on stilts. Get what you pay for, folks. You know, and it is real estate, so it's location, location, location. And interesting. Wouldn't mind walking it. Don't know if I'd actually buy it. Let's take a look at scenic view. In and around 925, 492 a square foot, built in 2002, on a third of an acre. Oh, that's interesting. So this is a unique property. It's going to be for somebody that like it's kind of like living in a treehouse. Cute. Why didn't they get rid of the carpeting? Again, let's come back. Okay, so Trevino, what's going on? We already saw Trevino. Which one didn't we see? We saw all of these. Okay, so let's come back to our criteria. Nope. Come on. Single line, please. Let's get into my criteria. Come on. There we go. Love HEB. All right. Let's get rid of this. Let's see what we've got for a 3-car garage. So out of 173 properties, right? Again, be looking right down here, 173 properties. Only 72 have a 3-car garage. Let's say that we want to have at least over 4,000 square feet, because the average, where was our average? Average 3650, 549. The more square footage that you have in a house, the price per square foot typically goes down. But again, we're in Westlake Hills, so typical is not what is normal. So let's make sure that we've got at least 3 full bathrooms and a half bath. That knocked out about 9 properties. See, let's take a look at it again so you guys can follow me. You're at about 64 properties that are over 4,000 square feet. And so now I like to get this down. So we want to have at least 3.5 bathrooms. Really won't, I would say that, let's say 3 to 5 bedrooms, not more than that. That puts us at about, let's just say 4 plus bedrooms. That leaves us with, okay, so all of these have at least 4. A lot of times you want to get the primary bedrooms on the main floor. A lot of people like that. And how many of these were built after 2010? 15. The reason that I like over 2010, and let's actually look to see what's over after 2015. 14 of these properties are over 2015. And does it? Oh, look at that. No HOA. 10. Here's my 10 golden ones. Let's see if we can really go for none of them are single story. So let's take a look at these. So right now, where are we at? price per square foot, 4 bedrooms, 4,000 square feet. And let's see, how about under $1.5 million? Any of them? Nope. Under $2 million? Nope. And so let's just take a gander. Just to see. Living the dream. Look at that, right? 554 square foot. So where are we at? These have all been on the market for a while. $19 million, 2.5 acres. Okay, so 2.5 acres on Stevens. It's been on the market. Let's see, where would be the best location? Take a gander inside the map. So I would say $4 million because that's close. This is in the heart. 3 million. This is getting way, it's out there. We got to see, right? Got to see. $20 million. $20 million. This is what 20 million will get you. Oh, look at that. That is a lifestyle. Very nice, elegant, tasteful, classic. I'd probably change the chandeliers. Not sure about the black and gold, but that's just cosmetics. It's everybody's preference. Dude, right on the lake. Yep, you can certainly afford a boat. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What a great place for entertaining. Okay. Let's come back to more of the common man. Let's say that not $1,000 a square foot. Where are we at here? Let's go for, what are we getting at? Okay, this is about a 25% premium. It was built, this was built this year, Forest Hills. Okay, $4 million, 5,400 square feet inside Westlake Hills. Where are we at here? What do you think? Leave your comments below. Is that really worth it? Okay. So as we go through, what's this one? Again, that's $10 million. Very nice. Great little backyard. Oh, so elegant. Okay. Let's see what's next. Bassin Ridge. Madrone, 6.5 million. I like this one. Again, all personal preferences. Just from the outside. Beautiful furniture. Seems a little bit more comfy and cozy. Very tasteful. Very tasteful. Yeah, 6.5 million. Not bad at all. 35. You got almost an acre of land, private pool. Okay. And Crystal Creek, 4 million, a little bit less. What? 720 a square foot. Built in 2022, 5,400 square feet. It sits on an acre in an infinity pool. Oh, I'm a huge fan of infinity pools. Oh my goodness gracious, would you look at that sunset? If you're looking to live in Westlake Hills, I think that this is probably a pretty good value. Nice. What? That is loud. Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot me some stick. Nice. Very nice. Okay, on these, that one right now. Yeah, that's out of my price range. All right. So again, this is about 6.5 million. Ah, nestled in, surrounded, high ceilings, clean lines. Girlfriend would like that white kitchen. She loves white and stainless steel. Again, yeah. Out of these, I don't know. What are your picks so far? Out of these, let's compare these two. Refine, narrow on how we're coming down. Where are they? Enclave. Yep. So yeah, so this, you're somewhere around. Yeah. So out of these, nope, not criteria. Go to the results. So right now, we're at about 720 a square foot, 5,400 square feet, 5 bedrooms. Out of these two, which would you prefer? Put it in your comments below. Would you prefer Crystal Creek, or would you prefer St. Stephen's? If you're enjoying the content, again, please hit the like and subscribe. That would help me out. Where are we at? We're at about 21 minutes into this little episode. So let's come back in and keep digging into Westlake Hills. Let's change this up a tad bit. Let's get rid of our square footage at a minimum. Let's see where we're at. So right now, somewhere between 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. Let's get rid of the 3-car garage, go down to a 2-car garage. Let's go for, let's do 3 plus full bathrooms, 4 bedrooms built after 2015. We're going to say, let's take out the year on that. Again, no HOA. Let's just leave that one open. Let's see what the norm is right now. And actually, we're going to say 3,000 square feet or more. Back up again, you see 88 properties. We've been playing around with that. And let's say, what do we have for under $2 million? That leaves us with 9. Out of these 9 properties, how many of these actually have at least an acre? None of them. We want to have at least half an acre, just 1. So these are going to be on smaller lots. Excuse me. Okay, let's see where these are. These are all under $2 million. All right, so we can see. Let's come into the results, and we'll come through these days on market. See, so this, you see how it's CDOM, cumulative days on market compared to days on market. So they had it on the market for a while. They took it off the market so they could be looking as if it's a new listing again. So they've been trying to sell this place for coming close to about 9 months, right? What, 37 months, 7 months, 398 a square foot. Okay, so that's a good one. Remember, coming back here, what we're at 549 a square foot is the average price per square foot. So I would say out of these are all being priced. These are the ones that are priced below the average. This one's been on the below the average square footage, right? 549. So let's take a look at Westwood Terrace. Built in 2012, sits on a third of an acre, 3,300 square feet, 592. So this is pretty common. This is going to be right as your middle of the road. I do like the idea that everything is sloping down. Spiral staircases. I like to go backwards. Mm, seems a little. I'm sure when you walk in there, it feels more spacious than what these pictures are showing off. But for me, at $2 million, that seems a little tight. And then Brookhaven, this one 609 square foot, sits on a half an acre, 1960, 3,200 square feet. This is back on the market. So let's see what was going. Let's take a look at the history before we look at the pictures. Back on the market, they were looking for 2.9. They dropped it about 10%? Yeah, from their original asking. They bought it. It was under contract. Something happened, and it was leasing out at about $9,000-$10,000 a month. Okay, I know you guys want to see, but I want to see where it's located. And around here, Brookhaven Trail, right off of 20. Okay, great little location inside, nearby everything. So this is definitely something from location perspective, right? Here's your rolling wood going into Westlake Hills right off of Bee Caves Road. Very convenient for commuting and those things. So now let's take a look, and we'll actually go the direction that they want us to go. Nice stone, good built-ins, good storage. Open kitchen, great for the kids to belly up in the morning, get fed. I'll bet you that they'd still be willing to negotiate a little bit further down. They probably not a whole heck of a lot, but they're frustrated, right? They had it on the market, it went under contract, something happened, buyers backed out, but that's on that one. So I want to narrow these and bring it into what seems to be good values. Again, let's take a quick look at the map. Coming in at 28 minutes, so really want to try and get this taken care of. So in and around right off of 360. Okay. Let's come back into our results and go through these. Let's see which one really pops out. Okay, what do we have here? Again, 94, 4,300, 398 a square foot, right? Is this the one? Let's go for the biggest bang for our buck. All right, we're going to start off with Cannonade. This one is, again, 371 a square foot, built. It's only on a quarter acre, so it's going to be a much smaller lot. Okay. Be nice for entertaining. Nice views. Nice views in the heart of hill country. Yeah. Fabulous. I could see entertaining out there. Very nice. All right. Now let's see. This one just came onto the market. Third of an acre. This last one was in 84. This one's in 94. Let's see what happens for a decade. Classic. Oh, let's just so you get a good idea of where you're at, right? Elementary school, village, Barton Creek Mall is just that way downtown, 6 miles away. So about 10, 15, 15, 20 minutes. Tiles surrounding, coming in and out of the pool would be nice. So you've got some carpeting, some wood, tile. Okay. Uh, Wallpaper. Interesting. I would have had that removed. I would have told them to remove it and paint, but that's me. Um, Shower. Seems good. Seems to be priced well. 1.7, so not bad. Nothing that inside this neighborhood. This one may be a bargain. Built in 97, 3,300 square feet, small lot. I like the staircase, but that's just me. Yeah, these guys are probably wanting to move it quickly as well. They may not be desperate to sell, but it's empty, which means they're carrying that mortgage, right? Needs some updates, some modernization, possibly. That's interesting. 97, how long has it been on the market? 106 days, right? What's my history? Yep, they 1.3. They bought it in 21 for 1.1. So they're not really they're looking to break even. 20, somebody bought it for, look at that, 15,850. There's your history on the property. But again, 421 a square foot, not bad. Small lot size. Small lot size. What am I doing? That was what? Okay. Coming over here. Again, yeah, we just saw that one. That's on King. What's next? This one's back on the market. Whitemar, 1.5 million. Started off at 1.6 on the market 70 days. Okay. Built in 84, 3,200 square feet. They got the pool. Okay. Good traditional house. I like being able to walk around. This, okay. This is priced well. Yeah. Again, there's a lot to do. May want to replace the kitchen. I know that my woman would be telling me we got to make that white. I'm fine with the wood. Oh, that's convenient. Little cut in desk area. Got a kick out of that little mannequin. Okay, overlook the neighborhood, wave to the neighbors. Not bad at all. Maybe a barbecue in the back. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Let's go on to number 5. Wrapping up, we're at 34 minutes into this. Thanks for sticking around. Holy moly, who was their photographer? That looks lopsided. I would not be pleased with my photographer. Again, don't let the picture, looking for homes online is kind of like online dating. Never believe the pictures or what you read. Wait till you walk through and dig into the details. Okay. This is okay. I like that. I like to shoot hoops. Not a lot of updates to the place, but let's take a look on Davenport Ranch. 4,000 square feet, built in 96. It's on 3/4 of an acre. Not bad at all. 477, right? Where were we? We're at, what, 477 divided by 549, right? What is that? 477 a square foot divided by the average. Okay, so about a 14%, 14%, interesting on some of these. This one is 528 a square foot. Sits on almost a half acre. Decent sized lot. More inviting. This is probably more my style. What's yours? Out of these, which ones do you like? Yeah. For me, out of these, from the price perspective, oh, yeah. Yep. What's this? Carry Black? Carry back? Where are we at? Okay, off of 360, yeah, it puts you more into, yeah, you're going to be up there and really enjoying the hills in and around that area. And for our last one, before I bid you a farewell, okay, right? Again, see past the colors. You can always paint. Cute. Nice at night. Great for entertaining outside. Again, get to see Westlake High School downtown. Cool, cool. But for me, out of all of these, right now, carry back would be, what did I, yeah, small lot 94. Going to have some upgrades on some of these things on Cannonade. This one didn't really jump out to me too much. No. Was there anyone other than this one's back on market? Where was I? 84, 9,500, 445 a square foot. Let me look at this. Yeah. All right. Just seeing that possible. Definitely. Austin Heights. Yep. So for me, if I was going to buy a $2 million home inside Westlake Hills right now, that would be my choice. What do you think, guys? Go ahead. If you, Douglas Goff, let me see. What did I want to say? If you like any of the content, you can always go to my website, celebrateaustinrealty.com, celebrateaustinrealty.com. You're more than welcome to give me a text or call anytime. Go to my website. You can search ad-free. I won't spam you. I don't bother you. I'm unlike most realtors. I'm not going to hound you all the time. I'm here when you need me. You see, my mission is to help you avoid pesky pitfalls. My value is I'll tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. And my goal is to earn your confidence and get you home safely at the right time and price. Douglas Goff, opening doors for your lifestyle. I'm here when you need me, folks. Make it a fabulous day. Cheers.